So this time of year, there's a lot of agritourism going on, and we have people showing up at farms for different events. How are they handling those lines with the use of TicketSignup?
I think TicketSignup has 3 key features that are really helping. The first is timed entry ticketing. So we have a lot of our haunts and fall events offering people different dates and time slots that they can choose to come. And that kind of spreads out the arrival times in a great way. The second way that these events are managing their on-site throughput is with the Ticket app. And so the Ticket app lets you scan tickets and check them in really quickly. It's very easy for large teams of staff members to download the app, get trained on how to use it. It usually takes less than 2 minutes to understand how to do it. And they're able to just scan tickets, and that does the validation and gives you stats on how many people are coming and just makes the whole process of moving people through very quick. The third way that we have customers managing lines is with virtual queuing. And we had a large haunt this year, the Haunted Forest in American Fork, Utah, come to us with the desire to use an app with virtual queuing to scan tickets, but also have all the attendees get text messages of when it would be their turn to go through the main attraction. And what was really interesting about the Haunted Forest is they had invested a lot of money into building out a midway section called the Graveyard, because it's a haunt. And the midway has a lot of fun food, beverages, games, activities, just areas that people can kind of hang out and enjoy their time at the haunt. And so rather than waiting in a line to go through the main attraction, which is the Haunted Trail, they're actually enjoying their time. And not only are they enjoying their time and not feeling like they're waiting for hours, they're actually spending more money once they're on site because they're buying different snacks and beverages that are available for sale. And so the way that we're doing this and keeping it really simple for the Haunted Forest is we've combined the Ticket app with a virtual queuing platform called Waitwhile, so that you've got the benefits of virtual queuing and managing large volumes of people so that they know when it's their turn to go through the Haunted Trail, with the benefit of a really, really simple Ticket app scanning process for all the staff to use. To better explain that, we're going to go through a demo of what it is like for ticket purchasers that are attending these haunts. And so Andrew's an attendee, and I'm going to be the haunt/event organizer.
So I have already registered for this event, and during the registration process, I have added these tickets to the Apple Wallet. So as an attendee of the event, I'm going to show up at the gate and have my ticket ready. I'm going to open the Apple Wallet and go to my tickets.
And as a staff member at the haunt, I've got my Ticket app loaded with all the purchases here, and I've got it configured to be at the main gate. And so this is the main entry point. So I'm making sure that Andrew actually has tickets to come tonight, and I can just quickly go ahead and scan his Apple Wallet, and that pulls up his tickets. And so I'm able to see what type of ticket he has and, his time slot and date. And there's options to validate that and force dates and time slots and everything. But I'm just going to go ahead and check all those in. So once Andrew gets checked in the Ticket app, what happens is his ticket will show up in Waitwhile. And that's automatically triggered by the integration between TicketSignup and Waitwhile. And so we can see Andrew's ticket purchase there.
And I can see on my phone here that I've gotten a text. It says, "Hi, you're number 6 at Haunted Forest."
And so with that text, you know that you're on the waiting list. You can kind of check your place in line. You've got that option to upgrade, but let's not upgrade at this moment. So let's go back to what the event is looking at. So while all the staff members are, using the Ticket app to scan tickets, there's one person on site who's managing the queue. And what happens with Andrew's ticket is he gets put on the waiting list with his general admission tickets. And we can see that there's 2 people here. And so the event can either bulk move a bunch of tickets at one time, so they can select a bunch of people to move into serving. But what they're kind of doing is they're visually looking and understanding, what are the lines looking like. So let's say the trailhead is looking kind of empty. It looks like we can handle more people there. And let's move Andrew over into serving. So what happens now is that Andrew will get a second text
Yep, I've gotten a text that says, it's your turn to head to the haunted trail. Have your QR code ready to scan.
So earlier I was working at the gate, and now I'm a staff member who is working at the trailhead. And so my app is configured to scan the trailhead. So one of the big benefits of the Ticket app is that you can do multiple scans on the same ticket. And so when Andrew comes to check in at the trailhead, I'm able to just scan that exact same QR code. And one of the things you'll notice here is the app will show the Waitwhile status. And so this gives me the ability to verify that it's actually Andrew's turn. So if he were still waiting, I could tell him, hey, it's actually not your turn. You need to wait until you get a text. But since he is actually allowed to go, I can go in and check him in. And then once I check Andrew in, what's going to happen in Waitwhile is it's automatically going to move his purchase from serving into completed. And he's done being served. He's gone through the trailhead. So let's go back to the main gate and let's talk through how this works for a VIP ticket purchase. Because a VIP ticket, you pay more for it and you're not going to have to wait in line. That's why you want to have a VIP ticket. So Andrew, do you want to check in with a VIP ticket?
Yes, so I've already bought my VIP ticket and I have it in my Apple Wallet. So I'll show that code at the gate.
And I can see here that it's VIP, so I'm just going to go ahead and check him in there. And then what happens once I check in Andrew's VIP ticket is rather than going into the waiting list, it goes right into the serving bucket. So that means it's his turn to go on the haunted trail. And he's got a text message that says, it's your turn.
And it tells me to have my QR code ready to scan. So I'm going to make my way to the trailhead with my QR code.
And the trailhead is going to scan that again. And we see that it's serving. And we're also able to easily verify that it's a VIP ticket. So we can go ahead and we can fulfill that. And then it's the same process where once we fulfilled that, then Andrew's VIP ticket is marked complete. So let's go back to the general admission tickets for a minute. We'll go through another scenario. So you'll come to the front gate and scan your tickets. So got that, and he's got 3 tickets here, so we're going to check all of them in. And then in here, what we're going to see is Andrew's checked in here. He's on the waiting list, and there's 3 people. So then let's just say that Andrew's still on the waiting list, but he wants to cut the line.
And I just make my way over to the trailhead, and I show my QR code.
So when I scan that, it's actually going to show this waiting status on here. And so as a staff member who's at the trailhead, I would say, hey, it's not your turn yet. If you want to go right now, you need to upgrade your tickets.
So I can go to that text that I got that says, don't want to wait. You can upgrade to VIP here and skip the line. I can click on that, verify the access.
And so what we do with tickets is we're verifying the access with your email address.
And then what I'll do is I'll select new tickets and VIP for everybody, upgrade the tickets, and then I would put in my payment information to pay the difference.
Yeah, and what's nice is we're applying the amount that everyone paid for their original ticket purchase. So they're only paying the difference. And one of the nice things about this upgrade option is I think mentally for people, like rather than paying the full price of VIP up front, kind of staggering the 2 checkouts, it feels like you're saving money somehow because you've got like a smaller checkout amount to reduce your wait time in person.
And I could pay by credit card, Apple Pay, or since I know the person who set up this event, I could just put in the test coupon code and I'll confirm that.
So once that's been confirmed, what happens is Andrew automatically left the waiting list and gets moved to serving. And now he gets a text message saying that he can make his way to the trailhead.
So I'm going to add that to my Apple Wallet. And I can see my text says, it's your turn to head to the haunted trail. Have your QR code ready to scan.
Yep. And so now when I scan his tickets, now I can see that Andrew has the VIP ticket, so he's able to go through the trailhead now. So I can go ahead and I can fulfill, and now he's able to move from serving into complete. And so with virtual queuing, you not only get the benefit of managing lines on site, You're also creating these new opportunities to earn more revenue. And the first opportunity is offering people ways to spend money that are enjoyable, like buying food and beverages on site. And then the second way is offering that upgrade option. And this integration between TicketSignup's Ticket App and Waitwhile's virtual queuing platform allows that seamless upgrade so that you're upselling people on their general admission tickets even once they're on site at the event. So we walked through this with the use case of Haunted Forest, but there's a lot of use cases for virtual queuing in the ticket event space, especially with these agritourism type of events that do, like photos with Santa or pumpkin picking, these different types of activities where you might have to wait in order for it to be your turn to do a hayride or get your photo with Santa. And with virtual queuing, you can create an opportunity for people to enjoy the entire farm space, spend money on food and beverages, shopping, walk around, enjoy their time. And then when it's their turn for the activity that they bought tickets for, photos with Santa, a hayride, pumpkin picking, they'll just get that text message letting them know it's their turn. We're really excited to be able to offer this. The TicketSignup Ticket app has a lot of capabilities built into it, such as being able to scan a single ticket multiple times, so have multiple check-in points on a single QR code so that it's just really intuitive from the attendees' perspective, like they're not having to do a bunch of stuff on their end. And then the ability to allow people to move through this waitlist process seamlessly and automatically based on checking them in at these different points. So it's really quite hands-off, but you're getting quite a sophisticated experience, even though you're just scanning tickets and you've got one person moving people off of the waiting list into serving.
Now, if I have a ticketed event and I wanted to set up this for my event, how would I go about doing that?
The first thing you'll do is you'll go to Waitwhile and you'll set up an account on Waitwhile. They have special pricing for events. So if you're only running an event for like 6 weeks out of the year, you can request special pricing for that. Once you have a Waitwhile account set up for your event, you can just come to Event Waitwhile, enable the integration, and enter in your API key. Then from there, you can configure your settings based on where you want people to be put into based on their ticket type, such as the waiting queue or the serving queue. So for events, there are a lot of benefits from virtual queuing. First is they are increasing their foot traffic for supplementary sales on site at like food, beverage, additional activities that they have going on, or a farm store, whatever it is. Second, they're getting more revenue from upselling tickets at a higher level, like the VIP upgrades. The third is they're actually just creating a better attendee experience. And if you look at online reviews for agritourism experiences and haunts, a lot of the frustration and low reviews comes from people buying tickets, showing up, and waiting for 2 hours to go through the actual attraction. And with Waitwhile, you're creating a more pleasant on-site experience. And so you're kind of reducing that risk of getting negative reviews and having frustrated attendees because you're presenting them with the option to upgrade, but you're also giving them stuff to spend time and money on rather than them just like standing in a line.